Ni hao, what cha, Jared.
You say ni hao?
Ni hao, what cha, Bryce.
Can you say it?
Canilda.
Canilda.
Ni hao, what cha, Rosanna.
Ni hao, what cha, Ricky.
Ni hao, what cha, Gemma.
你好，我叫 Canilda.
Ni hao, what cha, Canilda.
Well, the program we're involved with is called Xiaomei Gui, which basically means Rosette. Rosette is a program involving volunteers from the city of Ningbo, supported by the Ningbo Municipal Education Bureau, who come here and undertake a research degree at the master's level by combining practical work-integrated learning in schools, learning how to teach Chinese with Australian school children in primary and secondary schools, and studying that work through collecting evidence about their teaching practices, so in order to become better teachers of Chinese. In the schools, they are usually there 2 days a week, up to about 10 hours a week, where they're engaged in teaching the Chinese to the children. Probably the most challenging group they find to teach are kindergarten children, I think, because they're so small and probably not quite as articulate as they might otherwise expect.
Bennett Road Public School's been involved in the learning program here since I arrived 4 years ago. We have each class in the school has at least one term where they are able to have access to the Chinese students. When the students come here, we get them to actually talk about the things that they might have done when they were a child. So relate to, if it's a class of 5-year-olds, talk to them about what it was like to go to school in China when you were 5, what sort of games you'd play, what sort of things you'd eat, what would you do after school and before school and so on. So it makes it more relevant, and they show them photos of where they went to school, and maybe sometimes when they were in their uniform back in China and those sorts of things. So the kids got a connection with the teacher, and they could see, oh yes, they're people just like we were, yes, they grew up the same way, but in a different culture. Because if you just walked in and said, oh, we're just going to study Chinese, they sort of, that doesn't make any connections.
This experience itself, it's an eye-open program, and because we get the experience to teaching a whole different culture, a different education system, which is a really good way to help us understand better about what we learn in school, because we're so familiar with the system we've grown up with. But is there any other way we can teach? Is there any other way we can interact with the students? Yeah, I think you really got a lot of field experience from this program, yeah, which gonna to help you build up your future career as well. I'm doing PhD, and I'm working on an evaluation for the whole ROSETE program. That's my PhD project. So basically wanted to see what is the most significant change so far, and if there's anything we can improve.
We'd like to acknowledge Ningbo and the university for contributing very strongly to that partnership.
Research element is very important in this teacher education program. In the normal or traditional teacher education program, they focus on training, professional training of teachers. But for this program, they train their research ability and as well as their teaching skills.
We've been able to establish a strong relationship in terms of the connection between the Centre for Educational Research and the Education Department, showing that it is possible to undertake educational research and to educate research students who are capable of producing useful knowledge for the work of teachers in schools. And I think that's recognised at the highest levels of the New South Wales Department of Education.
Ni hao, what cha, Canilda.